everybody, it's Felisa, and of course I'm in my car because I was thinking about this topic as I was getting dressed this morning, and I wanted to hurry and try and get it recorded before I forget exactly what I was thinking. But anyway, this vlog is about, staying encouraged and motivated, and how social media can influence that, and why it's so important for you to unplug at some point and just pull back and live. So every year, usually around this time, sometimes around my birthday, I pull back off social media. Sometimes I deactivate my pages, sometimes I don't. I just go dark. And the reason for that is because there is a whole life to be lived offline. And social media, especially that online element, is so one-dimensional, and you respond to people that post, you make a whole assumption about someone's character or their proclivities, or the way that they think based upon what they put online, and you tend to have a certain focus or a certain ideology about who these people are and what they're doing based upon one clip or one soundbite. And really, people post cliff notes, y'all. I mean, nobody is really spilling their guts and letting you know all the ins and outs of their lives unless somebody just don't know that Facebook and social media is not their personal journal. We all have those people on our friends list too. However, for the most part, people are posting, yay, my child is an honor roll student, and they should. Or, I got a new car, financial blessing, shout out to God, and they should. But the thing is that if you're going through something, if you really are, your kids are acting a fool, or, you really are going through it with your spouse, or, your car was repoed, or, your credit report looks like, Beirut because of all of the ruin. It's disheartening to see that other people are further ahead in life than you are. It's disheartening and depressing sometimes to see that these people have a wonderful relationship with their spouse, supposedly, or maybe your spouse is not particularly romantic and you wish that he or she would, and every time you turn around, somebody is posting 59 things about their spouse. David took me out to dinner, surprise, he bought me a dress, surprise, he bought me this, surprise. And meanwhile, you can't even get a good morning. So sometimes you look at that, and yeah, it's easy to say, oh, don't be bothered by that. Stop being jealous, stop being a hater. I don't think that it's being jealous or being a hater at all. Really, people are surrounded by things that are great, and they really want to be happy for you for the most part, because you do have some people on your friends list, child, who just pray for your downfall, and it's not even personal to you. It's just that they're miserable human beings, and as long as they can feel good about themselves because somebody else is doing worse, that's exactly who they're going to be. But for the most part, I think that people are really happy for you when you have a measure of success or something great happens, and they rejoice with you. But it does make somebody feel a certain kind of way when they're not getting ahead. They may be in a dead-end job and you always seem to be getting promoted, or something always great always happens to you. But what people fail to realize is that most people are not posting those things that are detrimental. Most people are not posting those things that are horrible. They're not posting, Dave bought me a new dress and he took me here and he surprised me, but Dave also hit me the other day, or Dave also is cheating on me, or Dave also spent up all our money and we can't get ahead, and that's why we live in this neighborhood, or whatever the case may be. Or Dave just may be trying to play catch up or apologize, and we don't know. And so you take those cliff notes, or you take those sound bites, and you think everybody's life is together, when that's not the case. That's why it's so important for you to unplug, to decompress, to view your own life through the lens that you have, and make strategies and plans to get yourself out of whatever bondage or whatever situation you're in. It's not always helpful to look at someone else's life and compare based upon what it is that you see. People present very well, people interview very well, people will mislead you, and not necessarily on purpose, but they will present things in a great light. Yeah, your kid is an honor roll student in remedial classes. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that you can't compare yourself to other people's situations. You can't compare yourself to other people's glory. And you can't compare the blessings of God in your life to someone else's, because what is for you is for you. What is not for you is not. Don't press and try and get that. Don't press and try and get, someone else's blessing. I have wanted a certain kind of SUV, a certain kind of truck, for the longest. I look at this truck all the time. I know I'm gonna have it one day, but this is not the time. I actually, was toying the other day about, you know, some expensive car repairs that I needed to make. I didn't really want to spend the money, to be honest. I didn't want to spend the money on this car. I was tired of putting money in this car, tired of, you know, like investing in it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm just going to get out of it. Let me see what the credit union will do. And I applied for financing. I got approved. I worked the numbers. But then I started to think, am I in a place in my life where I can sustain that? If I get this SUV with all of, you know, the luxury trappings on it, that means that I have to spend luxury money in order to maintain it. And I'm trying to do some other things. So yeah, I could put it on Facebook or put it on Instagram and, you know, be like, God bless me, and he would have. But is it something that I need to take right now? Sometimes doors are open that you don't need to walk through. Just because a door is open don't mean that you need to go in there. And I think that we all need to learn that lesson. I passed it up and it was disappointing. Lord, it was disappointing. But I felt like if I did that, I would put myself in a further bind, and it would take me off the financial course that I'm on in order to be in a certain place by this time next year. So I have a plan, and buying an SUV at this point is not in that plan. So I went on ahead, I bit the bullet, I put the money in this vehicle, you know, get Misty running. get her to the point where she ain't tripping, and I'm gonna ride it for another year or so, and I'm okay with that. It's not, you know, delayed gratification does not mean that there's no gratification at all. Sometimes you have to be happy with exactly where you are and learn the lessons where you are, because that's where you need to be in order to get where you want to be, if that makes sense. I just wanted to come and I wanted to share that tidbit with you. So please, y'all, you know, myself included, like I said, I had to pull back, like, where everybody else getting ahead with their stuff and this stuff and stuff. And it's not even hating on them, it's just feeling a certain kind of way because you feel stuck. But sometimes you're in a holding pattern because there are lessons that you need to learn on that level before you go to the next level. It's nothing like advancement when you're not ready. And we all know that. All of us know somebody who got something that they were not ready for, but, you know, be it a car with too much horsepower, be it a promotion that they didn't earn, be it, you know, becoming parents before they were ready, and now reality is hitting them in the face. That reality slap is something fierce. So as much as you possibly can, get prepared for what God has for you on the next level, and stop trying to rush the lessons because the person over here seems like they're further ahead. You don't know the price of admission that they have paid in order to be where they are, and you also don't know what they're not disclosing to you. Food for thought, y'all. I just thought that I would say that because that was on my mind and I was ruminating on it this morning. I bless your day. I hope that everyone has a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and a wonderful holiday. We're looking forward to Labor Day. Yeah, we're all going to be exactly where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there. You're not being left behind. Talk to y'all later. If you have some comments, please drop them below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I'll catch y'all later on. Bye.